Hi everyone, thank you for joining PD Tech today. We're gonna be looking at how to set up an instance on Amazon Web Services computing platform. And we're gonna be setting up a Red Hat Linux operating system on that particular instance or that particular server that we're going to configure now. So before we go further, kindly subscribe to our channel. Make a comment if if you think there's anything we need to improve on so that everyone will enjoy the resources. Thank you. So quickly, this is how it will go. You want to create an EC2 instance, you go to instance, you go to large instance, and here you can you can give your server name here, let's say PD server. Okay. Uh, then so here are the various type of distributions. Here you can see the various type of distributions we have, ranging from Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Windows Linux, Red Hat Linux, and System Linux, and what have you, Ubuntu, Mac OS, and Debian, and what have you. So we are gonna be looking at how to configure um, the Red Hat Linux server. So you click this one, select the machine you're going to be using, but for this training, we're going to be using free tier eligible one, okay? If you try this, they're going to charge you, or this they're going to charge you. So when you're making when you want to launch a production server or test server or staging server environments where you want to restrict, you want to have a high availability of your resources at any given time, you can use this. Okay. If you look at this, this is also 0.6112. Look at this, this is 1 gigabyte. So logically, you should know that this is going to be faster. So since this is free tier, let's continue with it, okay? And here we're gonna create our key. At this moment, we don't have any key, so we can create our key here. Let's call it test key. Okay. Let's leave it at RSA encryption key, and then let's leave it also at .pen key, and then click create. Okay. So when you click create, look at it here. We have our key here. Okay. And then the next thing we need to do is to configure our security group, that's our firewall. So at this point, okay, it's saying you can decide to pick an existing security group, which will have the default one, or you can create your security group, okay? Here, if you click create a security group, it's going to give you an option to either create a customized one or to use your own security group, okay? And then I always like to choose HTTPS and HTTP in case I want to build any server, any web browser, web-based server in the future, okay? And here configuration, storage configuration, you can decide to increase it or reduce it, whichever way, but let's leave it at 10 because we're not going to be doing heavy work today, okay? And then that is the rest. We can leave it as other detail we're gonna come for now. So once you are done with this, let's leave every other thing as it is. And then here, this is our summary of the server we want to set up. Okay. How many numbers of instances we want to create? Just one instance. We can decide to make it two instances, or 3 or 4, whatever instance we want. But today we just want to use one instance and look at the image. Look at the Amazon machine image we're using. We're using the Red Hat Linux. This is the Amazon machine image number. This is the virtual server instance. Firewall. This is the security group that we configured, and then the volume 10 group 10 gigabyte. Okay. Now let's create launch. All right, launch successful. And go to the instance. Here we can see our instance is still pending. It's coming up. When this instance is ready, it's going to show running here, and it's going to show 2/2, showing that the status check is okay. You can continue with it. We are not setting no alarm. We're working on this availability zone. This is a DNS public address, and this is our public IP. We're not setting any elastic IP today, neither are we setting on this. So we're good to go, okay? All right, now it's still coming up. We just need to wait to see if it's showing 2/2. Okay, so here our instance is ready to launch. You can see it's showing you 2/2 here, and the instance is running. So all you need to do is let's go here, and then we'll pick our public IP address, public DNS address, Termius. Okay, on Termius, click host, add new host. Here we're gonna name our server. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect our secure shell with our server, so we'll be able to communicate with our server using command language. Okay, so here we're gonna name our server. Let's name it. We name our server on AWS PD server. Okay, so let's name it the same here. Okay, and then public IP address that we copied there here, and then the secure shell is 22. Here we're going to be using EC2-user. Okay, and EC import key. Where do you have our key test key? Okay, let's go. All right, so we're importing our key here, and we save. So we have everything ready now. Here we have our label. Here we have our address, which is the IPv4 DNS address. Here, leave it at default. Here is our user identity, and then we imported our key, which is this. Okay, now let's go and see how to connect it. So when you come here, right click and then go to SSH, continue. We're in. Here is our server now. All right, our server is working, it's connected, it's running now. We're able to communicate with server. We're updating it now. So thank you. Please like our videos, share our videos, and then comment on what we can do to improve on it. Thank you.